Okay. Bet you guys are surprised to see this. After I skipped leg day 3 times in a row. Well, this would have been the third time in a row, but I'm making a change. Yeah, I admit it. I'm a filthy leg day skipper, but we at least gonna make some progress today. Because believe it or not, I'm actually still seeing some separation in my legs. Uh, I just I'm not as lean as I want to be. Now, I don't think my legs were that lean when I was finishing up the end of the cut, but I honestly think I went through a little bit of a recomp with my uh, ramping up phase in these last couple weeks. I'm definitely a bit softer in my upper body, but I was already pretty lean in the upper body, so it's kind of evening out if I had to guess. So I really think that I'm going to look even better after this 5 week cut than I did at the end of the previous cut. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Uh, Up on the docket for legs, I'm planning on doing Smith machine squats just because I don't want to have another repeat of the last leg day I did squats for, especially since I've been skipping them. I'm still going to try and push the weight a little bit more because I was feeling pretty strong to the point where I was getting like 10 reps at 185, which before was a little bit unheard of for me. And it probably would be better than that if I had, kept up with it. But of course, I'm lazy and I didn't. But we're not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is the progress I'm making today. And, but like I said, Smith machine squats, maybe a little bit of leg press. Um, I didn't do hamstrings on my last. Did I do? Wait, did I do hamstrings on my last leg day? Because I did have a interregnum. I think that's the right word. Uh, Leg day between now and my last leg day video, where I basically just spammed leg extensions, hamstring curls, and adductor machine. I don't even know what you would call those. Uh, but I think I'm going to skip the adductors today. I would have to look back on my app here to see if I did do hamstrings or not, but I don't remember. But either way, definitely doing hamstrings, definitely doing some squats. Besides that, I don't know. Probably, I might throw in some calves. Who knows? But I'm going to try and keep it real simple today. Um, yeah. Going to be doing some extracurricular stuff at work in the next following week. I did. Apparently, we're going to be painting the shop, or somebody's going to be painting the shop. So we're going to have to clean up and clear out a bunch of stuff to get it out of the way. So that's going to be fun. We didn't start it today. I think we're starting it later this week or tomorrow. But that should be fun. Be a nice change of pace. I did take a rest day yesterday. Um, Now, depending on whether or not I post this same day or if I post it the next day, you'll have 2 days in between. But for Mother's Day, after we got done eating, we went to this Mexican place. I'll throw up a picture of what I had. It was a quesadilla. It's like a quesadilla taco mix with like this kind of roast beef kind of stuff in there, I think. Whatever it was pretty good. And after we had that, we went home. I got home around like 4 or something, and by like 5:30, 6 o'clock, I was falling asleep. By like around 5:30, I was like falling asleep on the couch. So I went and I was like, okay, I'll take a nap, and then I'll go do legs. After I woke up from my nap, I set an alarm for like a half hour, 45 minutes. I woke up from that. I was like, nah, I'm just going to go to bed. So I went to bed super early yesterday. So I got a ton of sleep, which means I should be well rested enough to do a good ass leg day today. Uh, I did a 5 gram scoop of the old pre workout and a 5 gram scoop of the new pre workout, which is a little less than a normal scoop of the one. So, and I, had my water and electrolytes. I did have coffee today, which may play a part in if I get a headache, but I don't know. I should be good. I've been feeling pretty decent today. So, all right, let's get in there. Okay, plans changed. I'm going to start off with hamstring and then move over to quads. Yeah. So, warm up a little bit first. I did a couple of leg extensions and hamstring curls and did some bodyweight squats to get my legs a little bit limbered up and warm, just so I'm not ass blasting my legs as soon as I put weight on the bar. But now I won't have to worry about that because I'll be hitting hamstrings first. So let's find a reasonable weight here. Let's see, it feels good. Let's try that. Take a short intermission and then start off this way. Oh, by the way, the guy who said I had perfect squat form, thanks. I was kind of worried about that at first when I first started doing squats again after my hiatus from them. And I made it a point to try and go deeper. And I wasn't sure if I was doing that at the cost of and sacrificing form, but I guess I wasn't, so that's always good. Okay. Okay. Now let's start off with complete failure. Let's a couple in the tank. Work our way up to complete failure. A little heavier this time. Okay. Okay, so in between those two weights, this should be good. Okay, maybe go a little lighter on the next set. There might be a drop set at the end of this one. I haven't decided yet. See how I feel. I dropped the weight I dropped it by like 10 pounds. No, 20 pounds. So it should be more controlled than this one. Okay. A little bit of a rest pause. And a drop set. Okay. Looks like the smooth machine is open now, so let's go hit some squats. Okay. Now, I know I've got the same weight that I did free weight barbell on the Smith machine. Now, that's just because during the feeler reps and warm-up sets, this felt kind of fucking heavy, and especially because I have to kind of change my form a little bit with the way that the Smith machine works. You know, it's fixed, and it's a little bit different movement path than what I normally do for like regular barbell squats. So with those restrictions, it's kind of I'm a little bit weaker. But I'll do one set with this and then see if I can go up. But I think this is probably going to be a good weight. Come on. Okay. I'm going to try this set with the elevated heel. See if that feels any better. I did one rep with it. It felt kind of good, so we'll see. Maybe it helped me get that little bit of extra knee flexion, whatever that I normally get with the regular barbell squats. Because if I put these all the way down, then I have no way of having like a real safety. But if I have them here, I'm touching at the bottom part of the rep. So this will have me bend the knees a little bit more. At least in theory. If I have it in the right spot. Come on, I got one more knee. Okay. That felt much better. Oh, fuck. Getting fancy with the angles here. Oh, fuck, I still haven't caught my breath yet. Okay, hold on. Okay. Nope. I could feel, that's not feeling lightheaded there. I feel like if I went for another rep there, I would have got a little bit too oxygen deprived. Oh, fuck. What was that, 8? Okay. Probably do one more of those. And maybe a set of leg extensions to really burn out the quads at the end. Fuck. Gonna try to keep my feet a little bit closer together this one. Try to get that outer quad. Okay. Okay. I opted out of doing leg extensions because the front of my knee here was feeling a little funky. So I just went over and did an extra set of really slow, light squeezing hamstring curls, followed by a slightly heavier kind of pump out set. So like a reverse drop set, if that makes sense. So let's check out the pump, see how we're looking. Okay. Cramp. Oh God. Oh God. I got a cramp. That's not good. So it feels pretty good to get a nice leg pump after a while, you know? See, I don't know if that shows up on camera, but I got a little bit of separation here between the adductors here and the rectus, whatever the fuck, and the teardrop on the side here. I think with just a little bit of dieting, I can really show off the legs here. Now, they're not much bigger, but I feel like they've retained some of the leanness, but gotten fuller, which makes sense because I'm not that far into a bulk or really bulked that hard. But I'm thinking they're going to look even better the second time around after this mini cut, just because I did build some muscle because obviously I got stronger, and I wasn't exactly perfectly consistent, but I was pretty consistent for a lot of it, you know. And seeing as how I could still kind of see some separation in the quads that I didn't before, leading up to the end of the last cut. Well, I guess in the middle of the last cut. That is a good sign in my book. At least I think it is, because I complain about not having big enough legs and not having good enough legs, but I didn't fucking do anything to change that, at least not for the last 2 leg days. And a couple leg days before that, and a couple leg days before that. But when I do train legs, 99% of the time when I do train legs, it is hard. I just don't feel like it sometimes. But I repeat myself. I've said that plenty of times before. Obviously, I'm making some sort of progress, but not enough. That's just because I'm being a lazy asshole. And that's fine. As long as I mean, I'm the only one who has to deal with the repercussions of my actions. So, if anything, it's all on me because it is. And if I don't care, then it doesn't matter, sort of. Because I care a little bit, but obviously I want bigger legs. But it's not the end of the world for me if they don't look outstanding. You know what I mean? But it'd be nice if they were. All right, let's get in the car. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. I was thinking about now. This was a while ago, but I was thinking about getting a new tripod and a new, come on, focus. There we go. And a new like a quick release set. Well, like you can screw it on there and then it's just slide in, clip on, and slide off. You know, so that I don't have to screw in because I got the car mat right here, and the thing is like in the perfect spot for what I do right now. And I used to mount it over here on the window, but I stopped doing that because it kept on coming off. Well, it didn't never came off when the camera was on it, but was um, it would like fall off, by itself whenever it's just been sitting in the car. And I think now that I think about it, I think this window is a little bit more curved, kind of inward than this the windshield is. But um, the problem with putting it over there, because let me back up. So if I got the quick release thing that I was planning on screwing onto that, so I don't have to sit there and mess with it, screw it on, I just got to go pop and click it on there, is that there's already not enough space above that because of just how it has to be level and everything. So the corner of the camera is hitting the windshield. But like if this was long, if that armature was like longer, it could come out a little bit more and it would work. But if I put that piece on there to make it easier to get on and off, I wouldn't be able to get it on and off because it would be running into it. Not to mention the receiver that's on top of there. So I'd have to try and switch it over to here, which when I had it over there, it was running into the A pillar, um, because otherwise it'd be too low. So I'm thinking that I need to try and figure out how to record with the camera upside down and just have it kind of hang down from it. Maybe if that's even possible, I don't even know. I'd have to do some research, or try to go even lower on this thing, go over further so I have more heads room away from the A pillar. But I kind of like this angle and how it looks. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Um, so I don't know if you guys got any advice for me in the comments, then drop it down below. But I'm thinking that was, for it being the first leg day in a while, it was pretty good. Um, yeah, I don't feel that kind of weird tingle, that weird kind of sensation that I was feeling in the gym after that last set of leg press anymore. So I'm thinking I didn't really hurt myself. I just kind of strained a little bit too hard on maybe. I don't know. If I have any like long lasting kind of soreness or tenderness, then I'll look into it. But that's not me setting up an excuse for missing leg day next time around. I'm gonna see if I can try to do a video for most of this week. If I can keep up with, editing them and uploading it, then I'll try and do that. I mean, because one of you guys was saying that you would like me to post more often, and I took that to heart because obviously I was fucking slacking off on videos. Not that I have to post anything, it's just I wasn't feeling like it. And now that it sounds funny to say that I've gained a following, considering I've only got like 200 some odd subscribers, which if I had told myself that I was going to have this many subscribers back when I was doing videos in 2012, 2013, as a little kid doing stupid fake fighting videos with my cousins and doing dumb game recording the, the television with my iPod, like I don't know what generation that would be, but it was the generation that had the really wide, um, kind of flat, wide charging cord, like charger at the end of it, and it didn't have. No, it did have. Yeah, of course, it had a camera, but it was like the silver metal kind of backing to it. Uh, I used to. We had this. I guess it was like a display case for like some type of Mario figurine or something. So what I would do is I'd get like a chair or a stool and a couple books, set the iPhone up like inside the little display box case. Since it was see-through, it was clear. I set it up inside there and then lean it against the plastic, or not the glass, but the plastic, and it would record through that to the TV screen. And I remember you'd have to set it up at the right angle, or else you'd get all the lines and stuff because it was a CRT TV, and uh, yeah, that was cool. And you would still get the lines because of the frame rate too, because how a CRT TV works, it for some of my younger audience, it like generates the lines, the colors line by line, and then that's why you get a certain frame rates with cameras. It like a flickering effect almost because it's going through. Uh, but anyway, um, yeah, if I told myself back then that I'd have 200 subscribers, I wouldn't believe myself. But I'd also uh, caveat it with it took me, how many years would that be? It's 2025, so let's just make it easy. Go from 2012, so 10 years, 13 years later, that it would be, I would be at this many subscribers. Which I guess in the long run, if I was gaining subscribers at a consistent rate over the 13 years, it wouldn't be that crazy. But obviously, I've gotten most of the subscribers in the last like 2 years or so, and more, even more so in the last like how many months? 6, 7 months, something like that. However many months since I've been doing the lifting videos, I've gotten a lot more. Because I think when uh, after I stopped doing car stuff and before I started doing lifting stuff, I think I was at like 60 or 70 subscribers maybe. So I've gained a lot since then. But either way, that was um, that was cool, or it's been cool, so far. If people like what I'm doing, then that's awesome, and I'm having fun doing it. It also gives me something to look back on, just like the old videos that I did. And if you guys want to see some embarrassing ass shit, just look at my old videos from like 2012, 2013. I think like 2013 to 2015, 16, maybe. Most of the early videos were in 2013 to 2014, I think. But then I started doing gaming videos, and then I did all this other shit. But yeah, if you want to see well, how old would I be? Like 14, 13 years old? If you want to see me back then go ahead and check those out. But please don't roast me in the comments because they are goofy. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, look forward to it. Hopefully, I'm probably gonna do a video tomorrow. I don't know about for the rest of the week, depending on how I feel. But hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.